Now, when you right-click anywhere, you can create a material. So how do you create a material without having a class? Well, it's because Unity creates defaults. In fact, you can't even create a mesh without also creating a material and a shader for it, but it's always the defaults, which is nice. Unity makes sure that there's not going to be any null values there unless you really, really try. So I thought I'd just create a default material and we can have a look at the standard shader that Unity will apply to us. So I'll just create a new material. We're not going to use it at all. I just wanted to have a look at it. So the standard shader is very nice. It comes with all these things, which can be a little overwhelming, but for the most part, there's only a couple that we really need to worry about. And if you're making an incredibly complex game with incredible graphics, you're going to want a lot more than this. But if you're just worried about making a simple game, there's not, like, this is going to suit you well. The first thing is albedo. And we can change colors if we want to. That's basically the tint. If you click this little circle here, and I've imported some textures, you can, choose various textures if you want. These are just pictures, but they're specific pictures made to be textures for objects. So this one is a grass texture right now. And I have a whole bunch of metal ones down here just for fun. So green grass, and I've tinted it red. So obviously if you have a look down here, the actual material looks like it could be like dying grass, which could be useful. But maybe I just want to put that back to green. The other big thing is normal maps. Normal maps, and here is the normal map for that particular texture. Normal maps, and to a lesser extent height maps, sort of fake height, which is nice because then we don't need to alter the geometry of our objects at all. We could if we wanted to, but that adds a whole bunch of calculations. As an example, think about corrugated cardboard. Basically, we have four corners. We have, the bottom edge and the top edge. So we have a height and a width. Four corners, that's all the calculations we need to do. And then we would use normal map or a height map to sort of fake the corrugation. And if you looked at it edge on, you could see, hey, that doesn't exist. But for the most part, it would look like it does. And we'd see that in game and think, hey, corrugated cardboard. If you change the geometry, suddenly you're looking at hundreds of vertices and all our calculations get incredibly complex and it really bogs the system down. So that's why we use normal maps. They're really nice. Height maps to a lesser extent. Height maps will sort of say how high a pixel is. And they use a black and white image actually. So gray is in the middle and black is lower and white is higher. Normal maps do something similar. Here, if I just click here, you can see what a normal map looks like. It's mostly purple because it uses RGB values as vectors to see which way a pixel is facing. So here is a normal map of grass, and you can sort of see the grass outlines here to go along with the actual grass texture here.